I wanted to see what would happen if I tried hatching caterpillars into butterflies. So when 10 of them arrived at my doorstep, I got to work. But what I didn't expect was for them to turn into 1,000 more. Allow me to explain. When they first arrived, I immediately started opening up each tiny container they were housed in, and I revealed these. And might I add, even though they were only about 3 millimeters long, they were much bigger than I expected. I let the first one crawl on my finger. They're very friendly. And one by one, I started opening each cup. To my surprise, I noticed that 2 of them lived in this one, and I realized we had an extra one. So 10 caterpillars turned into 11. But like I said, I never imagined 11 of them would turn into 1,000. I saw each cup held all the food they would need, an artificial diet of yellow plant-based ingredients like thistle and a natural gelling agent that keeps the food moist while they grow. It's called agar. I also saw that each cup was filled with these yellow square-shaped dots. I soon realized that was their poop, otherwise known as frass, or as I call it, fairy poop. Up close, their bodies were covered in tiny spines that look sharp, but they're harmless. Really, they're just a built-in defense system that helps protect them from getting eaten by predators. Although they have chewing mouthparts designed for eating leaves, they don't bite humans, so of course I let them crawl on my hand. Now, I initially knew that I was in for a journey here, but not a long one, because these painted ladies transform pretty fast. It takes 2 to 4 weeks for them to molt and shed their skin 5 times until they grow to their full size at 4 centimeters. And once they're fully grown is when they climb to the top of the lid, spin a silk pad, hang upside down in a J shape, and form their chrysalis. And from there, it only takes 1 week for them to actually hatch into an adult butterfly. I also saw these red dots inside a few of the cups, and I was really confused as to what that was. So to find out what they were and to make sure I was on track and doing this whole thing right, I scanned a photo of one of my caterpillars, got my ID, some more cool information about them, and then I scrolled down and found my experiment and started following the instructions and tracking it in the progress tracker, and my app told me those red dots are actually just a type of fluid that the caterpillar releases as they form their chrysalis. And I thought they arrived pretty big, so the fact that they already released that little red dot meant some were already ready to transform into their next stage of life. So contrary to the 2 to 4 weeks I thought it would take, now I realized this transformation was all gonna happen in a matter of days. And I was excited because I knew that when they hatch, beautiful orangey brown butterflies with painted wing patterns emerge. But honestly, I did not expect that actual magic was about to take place before my very eyes. After that initial consultation with my new little creatures, I set them aside all clean from their fairy frass and waited 2 days. I had to open them every day to make sure their containers were clean and that they were all doing well, and I was shocked at what I saw after opening a few of them. Because this is what I saw. And that, my friends, is the butterfly chrysalis. And a few others looked fatter and wider, which is basically what happens before they transform. At this point, they all looked pretty different. Some of the chrysalises were even different colors, but I wanted to see that transformation up close and personal. So I got a time lapse rolling, and a few days later when I rolled it back, I couldn't believe my eyes to see the tiny caterpillar slowly shed away its skin and morph into a vampire-looking chrysalis. And soon after, a second one blew my mind and morphed away. Nature is amazing. Before I knew it, most of my caterpillars were now in the chrysalis stage after just a few days, and I knew it was only a matter of time before they actually transformed into their adult butterfly form. Well, unbeknownst to me, just a few days later, the inevitable happened. I watched as my first butterfly hatched, and after that first one hatched, they all started to hatch. Watching them break out of their shell and turn into a beautiful painted lady butterfly was awesome. I knew I had to act quickly so they could grow their wings, so immediately after each one hatched, I moved them into their new mesh enclosure. 30 minutes is all it took for those crumpled wings to straighten out, and then I noticed them start to release another red substance. This time, instead of a red thick dot, it was a liquid called meconium. It looks scary, but my app told me it's a completely natural part of the metamorphosis. It just means the butterfly transformation is complete. I continued tracking each step of the journey along the way and logging check-ins, and I learned that these painted ladies can migrate over 9,000 miles, and apparently they may even retain their memories from the caterpillar stage and remember you, despite their radical transformation. So I was low-key hoping they would remember me. I knew I would release them soon, but my niece's 4th birthday party was coming up and I wanted to wait to release them with her and her friends, so I left them in the mesh enclosure for about 3 days. But seriously, I never expected what happened next to happen. I walked into my butterflies stuck together like dogs. I took them up close to examine them. Turns out, they were mating. I couldn't believe my eyes because I had never personally seen butterflies make babies before. So I was so excited. I wanted to know how I could identify the male and the female so I could possibly film the female laying eggs in real time. Well, the females usually have larger, rounder, plumper abdomens, and the males are usually more narrow with straight sides. The male is usually the one below the female when mating. They stay stuck together like that for a few hours, and they stay very still until they're finally able to break away from each other. But again, something else happened that I did not expect to happen, and my mind was literally blown. Because the very next day, as I was replacing their sugar water, I noticed so many of these tiny little pastel blue fairy-like dots all over the mesh enclosure, and I realized that my butterflies must have laid eggs. So many eggs. It looked like something out of a fairy tale, and I knew that soon they would turn into a lot of tiny babies. I really wanted to see their structure up close under the microscope. It was amazing to see the nuances of each egg. I could actually see the rib texture defined really clearly, and the blue color was a sign that they were healthy, fertilized eggs, and that dark spot on top is actually their head developing. I couldn't believe I was learning that butterflies mate within 1 day of hatching, and within 1 day after mating, they lay eggs. Each female that gets pregnant can lay up to 500 eggs across her 2 to 4 week adult lifespan, and she deposits the eggs one by one until the end of her life. So she's essentially laying eggs consistently throughout her whole adult life until she dies. So of course, I started researching what I would need to do for all of these babies, and I realized that in just 4 days, I would likely have hundreds of them emerging from their tiny blue fairy eggs. And right when they hatch, they need to eat, so I knew I had to get the right host plants for them. I got some mallow and hollyhock, and I also started germinating some sunflower seeds because they eat those too, and I knew that come 4 days from now, I would be well equipped to handle hundreds of tiny caterpillars no bigger than 1 millimeter in size, about the size of an eyelash. Oh boy, I was excited. But that night, I dreamt of the caterpillars infiltrating the dealer and finding the supplier in my house. But then I realized I was totally fine with letting them loose in my house because the worst thing that could happen would be to wake up and see adult butterflies flying around my house. So I was okay with that. I carefully collected all the eggs, placed them in a new home, and I waited for the emergence of however many were about to emerge. But more things just kept happening that I didn't expect. I kept finding more butterflies stuck together like dogs and mating. These ones, and then the next day I would find more eggs in the enclosure that I collected carefully and rehoused, and every day more and more just kept mating, and I would find the butterflies stuck together again, and that same evening or the very next day I would find hundreds of tiny eggs that they laid everywhere. And separating them was a bit tough because they're delicate and a little sticky, but I learned that if you move them quickly after being laid, they're less sticky, but they're actually quite durable in any case, which was surprising to me. But now I realize that if each butterfly can lay up to 500 eggs, and so far I had about 3 sets of 6 butterflies that mated, we were in for a huge awakening here with possibly up to 1,500 caterpillars that would hatch. Okay, so what was I gonna do now? I kept monitoring my butterflies and logging daily check-ins in my app, which you can actually download on Google Play and on the App Store. I've linked it below. Making sure I was doing everything right, and I even caught one of the butterflies peeing, which was so cool. But now, with the help from my app, I felt a little bit more equipped to soon be handling hundreds of tiny surprise caterpillars. And just as I expected, just 4 days after my butterflies laid eggs, the tiny caterpillars started to hatch, and it It was insane. They are the tiniest creatures ever. You can barely see them with the naked eye. For the next 5 days, I had a series of a few hundred tiny 1mm caterpillars hatching. I even got one hatching under the microscope, and I could visibly see their little body rearranging itself into a tiny caterpillar and then hatching. I also had a few under a macro lens, but I had to stay by them constantly to make sure I didn't have caterpillars running loose around my house. They ate so fast, and they grew fast. They really liked the mallow and hollyhock leaves, but now I had caterpillars at all different stages and shapes and sizes. Some looked different than others, some were big, some were small, some had yellow heads, but they all seemed to get along pretty well. Every day, I found myself for hours separating the new eggs, changing out the leaves they ate, cleaning their fairy poop, and watching them grow. They were way too small to be able to separate the poop freely because the tiny things would just fall through the cracks of whatever I put them under if I 3D printed something, so I kinda had to just manually do it by hand. Their poop is also black in color now instead of the yellow from that artificial diet the first caterpillars were initially on, so I thought that was pretty rad. But the coolest part about them was that they must have built-in safety systems to catch themselves if they fall. So as I cleaned their enclosure, I would see them produce silk from glands near their mouths, so if they lost their grip, they would simply just dangle from the thread instead of falling. They would suspend themselves mid-air like tiny little acrobats. I felt kind of proud. This really felt like something out of a fairy tale. I was now essentially a butterfly Disney princess, and I couldn't get enough of it. But I realized this journey was far from over because I really didn't know what I was gonna do with all of these caterpillars. Like, was this just gonna last forever and I would have hundreds of butterflies hatching every week for the rest of my life? Either way, I'm okay with it. I think I blew like $100 on 3 large plants that they ate in just 4 days. They can eat 1 leaf in 30 minutes, but regardless, I thought a real diet of their houseplant leaves would be better than making an artificial agar-based diet, so I'm sticking with that. They went from 1mm to 2mm to 3 millis to 4 millis, and our biggest ones are now looking like this. It's now been 4.5 weeks since I got my initial 11 caterpillars, and contrary to the 2 to 4 week adult butterfly lifespan, all of my butterflies are currently still alive and well, and I'm gonna release them in a few days at my niece's party. But now I probably have more than 1,000 caterpillars, so I really don't know what to expect next and what my life is gonna look like being a mother to hundreds if not thousands of caterpillars, but all I know is that whatever happens, I'm now running a full-blown butterfly caterpillar maternity ward, and I'm totally fine with being the crazy butterfly lady that takes butterflies with me everywhere I go. So if you're as curious as I am to see what's gonna happen once all of them start hatching too, come back in about 1 week because it is all gonna happen fast.